Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Triple Threat Challenge on Walla Zabareska. And episode number 32 we're on. Now, haven't done much since we left off in the last one. I told you I was staying in October. We've moved on to the second. Only things I've done is literally just got the straw bales in off the field, got the hay bales in off the field, moved over the few bits and pieces that were in the greenhouse. Now, what I'm thinking of doing with these greenhouses is actually just turning them 90 degrees so that the spawn side is on this side. They'd be up against each other because you don't need to go into them. Spawn side will be up against, out this side. And it'll leave a bit more room over the far side, because what tends to happen is stuff gets picked up by accident when you're coming in the trailer and say you haven't got it full of bales, and all of a sudden then you got a load of other stuff on the trailer you didn't really want on the trailer. So yeah, I was trying to be smart, bringing 2 bales back on top of the baler earlier in another episode now, and what happened was I crossed over that silo and the straw got taken into it. So there's 2 bales worth of silo of straw in that silo that has to be taken out with the trailer. And I haven't really done it because I haven't had anywhere to put it until we got the we got the pigs now, so we can put it in there. I left the baler on the field because we're going off up over there to the field to do the baling contract on field number 57. And what I'm going to do, I'm still going to get the contracts out of the way. You will use a worker on the ploughing one. I have to do the stone picking myself probably because I need to empty it. It's a big field. And yeah, that's generally what we're going to do. And then we need to mulch some of our fields, the ones which were harvested, not the grass, the millet, sugar beet, corn, the corn one, then there's more, soybeans, and where are we? Soybeans and millet. What's that field? That is 119. Is that not done? I didn't mulch it. Okay, it was grass. Yeah, okay. That solves that mystery. Okay, this is where I wanted to go anyway. We're down at the pig food production because I brought the tractor down left to here. I didn't put the food in yet. I said I'd wait until I brought you back in. Barley, canola. Where's our pig feed? Sugar beet. Pig feed, 32,000 litres. I don't know what this actually holds. This trailer is going to live down here now, apart from we use it for stone picking because the stone picker will empty into it. So I'm curious as to where we get the manure from. It could be at the same point. Sometimes some of the mothers have them doubled up where your manure point and your slurry point are at the same place. Now, should have approached this from the other side, but we'll get in anyway. Once we have the view. Who placed that tree there? That would have been me. Need a bit of decoration in the yard. Yeah, there we go. Dump the pig field. The reason I have this trailer down here. Will it go in without hitting the roof? Yeah. It hit it just about. Will it take it all in? It will. Yeah, let's see. We're going to keep this trailer on this for the moment because we need a trailer over at the stone picking contract. So it holds 20,000. It holds slurry and manure. There's none there because these literally went in at the last second. So straw, we're okay. We're full on 18,000. There was actually, no, there isn't. It's not in this one. There's a bale sitting in the other one. And I want to see about putting some sort of bale storage in here. You take a look at that while you're actually here with me. So just go with basic for storage. just going to place down. Where is it? Have I got loads of other stuff in here? I must have more stuff loaded on this save. How do they work? Not too sure what this one is. Let's have a look. Aha! Look at that. Made for it, you know. The actual shed is just a normal shed. Oh, that's an object. There you go. We have our bale storage here. So we just drop them in here and then they come back out. When we click on this, it'll tell us there's nothing in it. The storage is empty. Okay, that'll work out fine. So that's our bale storage sorted down here. And of course I brought all the straw bales that were down here back up to the main farm. Oh, brain doesn't engage all the time into the to-do list of what needs to be done on the farm. There's a field of corn gone withered. Is it withered? No, that's sunflower. Is it withered though? Ready to harvest. I thought there was a field of corn down here. Maybe it got harvested. Now, I suppose the next thing I should really do is get the barley into that field. I didn't do the lime on it yet. Doesn't need it because I needed this tractor to do it because it has the zero compact on it. So what we'll do, I'm going to do first, I'm going to deal with the contracts first. Get them done and dusted now the way. And then we'll deal with the barley field there, getting that sown. And then we'll get our mulcher on and we'll do a nice round of mulching on all the fields that we harvested last month. And there's one other job I need to do before that, and we're going to do it now straight away. I'm just going to park this fella over at the field because I don't need him. It would be the field right up against the hedge. I don't like driving across fields with crops in them. So let me just park this and then we're going to go and do that job. I think you know what it is. Question I left last time. No, you know what? We won't do it just yet. The harvester. We're going to sell the harvester, the forage harvester we have, and we're going to buy that cotton harvester. We're going to buy the case. We leave it. We wait until the last minute just in case. No pun intended. One comes up in the second-hand market, because I'd be really, really sick if it does. And I've gone and bought it. So I was going to jump in and do it and just get the last field we need to do is the, field. And I hooked this up to the baler. I'm going to go and do the baling contract first anyway. I'm just going to park that one over there for now and just leave it there. And yeah, I'll get started on this baling contract. And what I'll do is I'll bring it back in at some point when we're repairing this baling contract. We've quite a bit to do. We started out the episodes thinking there's not much, and we end up with tons, unfortunately. That's the downside of having too many fields. I do always pick the biggest field on the map, don't I? 2 headlands. I'm only probably about halfway around the second headland, if even that. There's got to be some amount of bales off this field. What have we got at the moment? 5 already. This baler's done 837 bales, it said there, since we got it, so it's paid for itself. And yeah, this field, the checkered history. This is the one that my first sowing contract failed on, but that was very early on. As I said, I did have problems on some of one of the Grainy X-Max before. Just the first time you went to sow a field, I had an issue, it didn't sow. But after that, it was okay. I have done some since, but I haven't actually taken on sowing contracts much in the last while. I'm too busy with other stuff. Be enough contracts. I know some people don't bother with the contracts because they're trying to record the episode in an hour and a half, edit it down a little bit. So, like, I don't know what time scale I have on this. Let's just see what hours I have in on this statistics. 198 hours on the game, on this map. And that's why I kind of take my time doing what I'm doing, enjoy the map. Not tired of it yet. I'm just kind of rethinking my strategy for when the challenge is done, whether to continue on the map. Main reason being, I'd like to do something with the forest area up the top across the river, which would involve building a bridge across the river to get there, and just do a bit of forestry in the end. Now, the reason I don't like doing forestry on challenge series is because you can let it take over and you can make really, really good money from it, and it can take away a little bit from it, because I know you could say any job we're doing is boring to watch to a certain degree if you're watching it too much. But when you're watching someone making progress, like you're doing a field and you're making a bit of progress, but when you're doing forestry work, you don't really notice the progress. You notice the money going up because you're just cutting down trees and putting them in, delivering wood and that. Well, personally, that's the way I find. I've done so much forestry, it kind of, it's kind of like, right, how can I make this easier on myself? Right, place a sawmill right beside the forest. Better still, place an industrial sawmill and use it to transfer the wood to wherever you wanted to go to. Now, what I would be planning to do if I did do one on this is to place a really, really big sawmill. I'll just give you a brief idea what I was thinking if I do get that far. It was 150,000, I think it is. Kind of know things by their price. That one there. It's a huge one. But where that would be going would be over this side somewhere. But you see, we'd have to build a bridge to get across there. So I'll go at the brow of the hill up there somewhere, or somewhere like that. But that would be just to have a forestry works, if you know what I mean, on the forest, because I've done no forestry on this map apart from cut down 1 or 2 trees around the farm that I got penalised for by the red tape mod. But just to give you a brief plan for after, if the challenge is complete. You know, depending on what way the loan goes, the challenge mightn't be complete. It might have the pigs and everything, and we'll be doing it within the challenge, because we'll be sick of field work at that stage. Basically, I enjoy certain jobs, and this is one, and baling is one of my favourite jobs. That's why I don't mind doing it. I just like it. Anyway, hit the mic, sorry. That's the plan. That's the way we're going to move on. So, it's going to take a while to get these contracts done, the 3 of them. They're fairly big. But we'll crack away at it, and we'll give you an update at different points during it. A baling contract is done. It's finished. And I moved the tractor over to the ploughing contract. There's a worker on it, so we're just getting our mulch fields done. We have a couple of fields to plough as well, so I said I'd get them to do that first, and then I'll plough while they're doing the stone picking. I was going to put a worker on this, but there's no point. I'd have nothing to do then. No point in paying someone when I can do the work myself. So just field preps. Still haven't made my mind up whether to put a cover crop into these fields or not. Maybe I will. The one I need, what I should really be doing is I should be getting the barley into the field down there. Maybe I'll do that as soon as I get this finished. You know what, I'm doing me work in the wrong order. I'll finish off this field, I need to, I didn't realise you could open the cover on this. Looks better. Little things that please us when we're playing Farmer Simulator. I need to get lime on that field as well, and the spreader is full of lime, and I did actually open the door and all to take it when I came back to the yard, and I forgot about it. So we have 3 fields to plough down there. Lime on this field. He's working away over there. And then I have the trailer sitting up there to do the stone picking and that. We've no other fields to get prep work done on. I think these probably need to be mulched as well. They do. Okay. Neglecting to keep a tab on everything that needs to be done. As I said, you just kind of, when you get too many fields, it's just so much work to be done. And I could throw a worker on, but I don't have another tractor to go and do the seeding. I need this one. So that's why I set the plough off on the other one. Thankfully this moves at a nice pace, 18 kilometers an hour. So we get through it. The hours are getting up on these tractors. 71.6 on this one. The New Holland has 73 or 74, I think. So we're getting the work out of them. That's all that matters. Ploughing contract complete, so I'm going to set this guy up to do the stone picking. I'll leave him to it and see how far he gets without needing to be emptied. Probably not. Probably won't do 2 runs. Now, I might bring the small fent over and put it on the trailer. Yeah, he's starting okay. Right, we'll get back to this guy. Now, brought the plough over, dropped it off here, sent the mulcher back up. This field needs ploughing. Now, decision has been made to merge these 2 fields. Show you on the map what we're going to do. We're going to merge 18 and 19, 118, 119. We're going to merge 16, 17 and 14 and 15. We're going to make 3 fields instead of the 6. Kind of makes sense because they're all just for the feed for the pig food mixer. So there's no point in just keeping them at. Let's set this. I'll set in a minute. This is set it for turning on the headlands. I probably won't lift it anyway. Yeah, there's no point in keeping them together. So I had to take out 2 trees just doing that headland. I'll get this ploughed first so it doesn't give me the lines in the other field as well. And then I need to get the stone picker over here when he's finished on the other field. Can you see him over there? Probably too far away. That clover, once it's gone, we can merge it with the other field. I could probably merge it now and just leave the clover in that half of it, since I have to plough the other one anyway. Been thinking about the cotton harvester still. I think I might just leave it for now. Keep the money in the bank. I know it's going to take about 100 grand out of that when we trade the other one in. But I think we'll just leave it be for now. Now, by the end of the episode, I'll change my mind again. But just I'm more concerned about having 350,000 in the bank, so if we get the right decision on the loan in January, we have the money there. I know I'm probably way underestimating what we're going to have anyway. If we look at the time savings stock check, like we've 228 there, like we've the flour still producing. Now, it's not much now, but there will be about 70 grand's worth of flour there. It's just one of those things. I want to pay it off. If it does come around, I want to get rid of it. So I'm kind of conscious of not spending 100 grand on a field that's going to yield me about 11 grand's worth this year. Will keep an eye out and try get a second hand one, and we'll try do the cotton anyway at some stage. I know it's kind of a cop out, but to be honest, I'm more concerned about keeping the money in the bank. If the field was a huge big field and it was worthwhile, I'd go, yeah, no problem. But because it's not that big, and I worked it out about 13,000 is all we'd make out of it, and then we put in the production, we might make a little bit more. Like considering we probably get 2-3 pallets of fabric, which would be not as good as clothes, but still it's better than what is fabric anyway. Giving us, if we have it, we have some there. Like 3,200 a pallet. So even if we get 3, like, I mean, we're not really making that much by doing the production. Just feels like we are. If you were to, I suppose, sit down and calculate out exactly what you're making from them, you probably wouldn't bother with productions at all. You'd probably just sell straight off the field. Anyway, that's the plan. We're going to merge a couple of fields down here, and I'll have to get the stone picker over here when he's finishing the other field. And I'm going to get barley into this field. That's the next task. I didn't go over and mulch the other 2 fields. I'll leave them until this side is taken care of, because I'm jumping from one to the other and back again, and I don't know where I'm going then. I lifted it too early. That's why I set the cruise control, just so that it won't go speeding off on me when I lift it to turn the headland. Anyway, let me get this bit of work down here done, and I'll update you again. Jumped in just to finish off the stone picking. Now I did have to empty it a few times. I swapped out the fenders on that now. I dropped the plough back to the yard, and we're going to get halfway down the next run, and then we're going to be done. There's so many road signs on this map. I don't know how many times I wiped them out. Constantly. Yeah, 3 loads of stones in the trailer. This last run, 96%. We'll get about halfway down. There's a tiny little line left. I just took over myself once I had the ploughing done. Ploughing didn't take long, small fields. Merging the last 2, of course, there's a power line pole in the middle of it, which I did point out before as one of the reasons I probably wouldn't merge it, but I know we'll just have to work around it, so it doesn't matter. 98. Long fields. Wouldn't fancy doing this with the vegetable harvester, the small one. Yeah, here we go. So that's our 3 contracts done. Let's collect them. So what are we on? 261. to 87. We got 25, 26 out of it. That wasn't bad. Of course, this is a good time of the year for the contracts. There's probably even more there now. Worth more if you wait. That spinach one still never got done. I did actually look at it and thought, you know what, will I do that? And then I realised how much of it needed to be carted, and I just went, nah. I think it was 5 trips with the trailer, so I just said, nah. Forget about it. Concentrate. Yeah, the last load of stones I brought up. What am I often doing? Switch group. That's what happened. Last load of stones I brought up, I just got over 300 quid. It's not really worthwhile collecting them and bringing them up, but you know, it was 300 quid extra. That's the way to look at it. Okay, I'll get down and get the stones picked on the fields I ploughed down the end. I can't see me needing needing the trailer down there, but I'll just go down with this first anyway and see. Finally getting the barley in the field. I limed them. I limed all the fields. 2 loads of lime. So we're spending more money again. But it probably would have been okay to leave it without it, but you know what, it's done. I can't remember, did I already do the fields? Now it didn't use a lot considering the amount of ground I covered, because I probably had already done them before. So this is going to be our second barley field this year. The other one's only a small field. All that's going to go into the pig food mix. And we should be okay for barley. Now the other 2 fields beside us, we'll put sugar beet into one and corn in the other. So we're going to have 3 of the 4 crops. We have canola in another field. We do have canola in, don't we? We do. Now I'm thinking, do we have canola in? I'm sure we do. Let's have a look. I was just checking. Our environmental score in the older fields is way up. The ones we have the longest. So we must be doing something right. Right, canola. Do we have canola? Deselect and select. Yeah, we have. We've 2 canola fields. Where is our barley field? $88. Yeah, I knew it wasn't a very big field. It's one of the new fields. That's why I couldn't remember. So with this one now, because we've extended it, we should have more than enough for our pig feed. We can always see what money we have in springtime, and we could always buy another field and put another field of barley in if necessary. I just don't want to spend the money now. We have the money there. We could buy a field easily enough and sow it and get it in now if we wanted to, but no. As I said, I've already kind of been hedging my decision on the cotton, on the fact that I want to have the money in the bank in case we get the right decision on the loan. I know I keep going on about, but it would be nice to get rid of it. And the main reason being is not that we won't have the money. We will have the money going forward, but it'd be just nice to complete that element of the challenge as well this year if it was possible. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We'll have plenty of money then to spend and expand and make more money out of that money. And we're at that point where we're just making loads of money now. As I said, in all, playthroughs I've found, even in hard economy on Farming Simulator 25, you get to a point where unless you're doing extreme measures to keep you from earning money, you end up making loads of money anyway. It's like you just reach a critical point where the farm is just going to make money anyway. And that's even without doing forestry work. The forestry work and sawmill work, it just take off straight away. So we've no other crops to go in. I'm thinking of just putting in oilseed radish in the other couple of fields, just to have a cover crop in there. Do we have? We actually have a mustard cover crop, don't we? Got crop calendar. Mustard cover crop. But that doesn't get harvested until... how many months does that take? See, at least with oilseed radish, you know. I would assume the mustard cover crop, I need to look it up. I would assume it only takes a month or two as well, or does it have to be in the field longer? No, we'll just go with oilseed radish because we're going to be out of the growing season and there's no point in putting it in the fields, the mustard cover crop, and then discovering that it's not ready to be cultivated in when it comes around to when we need to get the field sown. So I won't risk that until I know a bit more about it, because if I'm putting them in, I need to get them in now, and we get that. So it's not worth talking about the small bonus we get from precision farming for putting it in. You get a little bit of money now. It's not a lot. It barely covers the cost of the seed. So this has been fairly busy episode again. We're not quite finished on everything. I'll get this in and I'll have a look and see, and then I'll probably bring you back in when I really make the final decision on the cotton. And you'll know if I'm up there with a cotton harvester or I'm up there with a mulcher. It'll be one or the other. But for now, I'll just continue on and get this crop in the field, get it rolled, and then we're going to move on to the third day because we have our contracts done. As I said, I'll stick oilseed radish in the other fields. I might actually throw a worker on it on the seeder and let him away just to do it. I'm paying out quite a bit of money now in worker fees, but it's just we have so much to get through. Like even with the rolling to be done on this, might as well have a worker doing something else while we're doing this, because it all kind of takes a bit of time. Anyway, I'll get the barley in this field and then we'll move on. Okay, as you can see, I'm mulching in my lovely cotton into the field. So the decision has been made. We're not going to swap over for the cotton harvester. And why, I may hear you ask. Well, if you're curious, you want to know anyway. Are we going to keep the forage harvester? No, we're not. We're getting rid of the forage harvester as well. And one main reason we're doing that is second-hand market. Look what came up in the second-hand market. It's back up. No, it's not. It's down here. Root crop harvester that does sugar beet, red beet, potatoes, carrots, parsnips and onions. We'll have to buy ahead for it, but it's 49% off. We can't turn it down. Just cannot turn that down because we've sugar beet to do every year now for the pig food. We have carrots and stuff we can plant as a second crop. We also can sell, as well as selling our forage harvester, we're able to sell our as well, our root crop harvester. So we'll nearly have the money from that alone to do that without touching what we have in the bank. I would have liked to have done the cotton this way and the lavender this way sooner, but we will do it eventually. We'll get around to it. Because as I said, we were making plenty of money anyway. But we can buy a brand new cotton harvester. You know what will happen, of course, and I move forward straight away. We're going to end up, one will come up in the second-hand market, but this will be gone. So, game plan, go do this. Get this mulched in. I still have the cedar on the back of the fence. I'm going to put oilseed radish in here because I think the next crop in here is actually carrots. And get that done, and I'm going to move forward to November, turn off the greenhouses, get the sugar beet out of the ground with our second-hand sugar beet harvester we're going to get. And going to do that. That's going to be the final act in this episode, is to get that sugar beet harvest done with our new harvester. So, it kind of, when it popped up in the market, it was kind of seeing the price on it, and I realised, you know what, that's going to be far more valuable to us than any cotton harvester or the forage harvester going forward. So it means we can double crop again with carrots or parsnips or something like that if we want. We're not going through what we did the last time with the pull behind vegetable harvester. It served us well, but it's time for a change. Okay, we've everything prepared for next year, bar the one field of sugar beet. Now, what I done was I sold the stuff and I got our harvester. So we're going to do the sugar beet harvest. I've done the repairs and that on it. I have the trailer there ready to go, but we're about to move forward into November. I sold the goat milk because it was full. The actual spawn point was completely full. The trailer was nearly full. So we're going to have a bit of rain later on, but it should be dry tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get our crop done. Now, before we move on, we did actually make money out of the sale because what we sold was more value than what we bought, because we only bought the cost of the forage harvester nearly covered the cost of the vegetable harvester. But we also had the head to sell, and we had the vegetable harvester, which we had down here. That's gone. Kind of a little bit, I don't know what to do. The shed's getting very full. Now, just while I have you here, let's see. I'll give you an idea what I was actually thinking of doing. I was thinking of putting down, that's the shed. No, that's not the shed we have there. The shed we have there it's the big long one. That one? That's it, yeah. Now, I was actually thinking of putting one of these along here. Like losing some of the field and putting it along here, because we do need a bit more space. Now the thing is, the ground is a little bit off, but we can sort that out. Or maybe just a smaller shed of some description along there. We're running out of space, basically, and we're going to run out of space even more when we get more equipment going forward. The lights of the plough and stuff like that, I don't mind leaving them out, but where do you put them? Like, I mean, like I could clear the area out along here, and then you'd have them stacked along the wall there, blocking the doors and that. No, I don't want to do that either. So that's kind of not an urgent thing to do right now. It's only when I put that in I realised the length of it with the head on. I never even tried, would that go in the shed? Because I have to harvest the cedar's moved out. That's over here because I've fertiliser on one side, seed on the other side. So I literally back it in, I can fill it up. And that's fine there. Now, before we move on, second-hand market. I was looking at one of these. I was thinking for transporting. What goes on the back of that is, let's have a look. Combinations. Be that. you put that on. Now you can adjust the auto load on it. The auto load on it is, there you go. You can bring it up, extend it out slightly more. I usually do that because then it gives you just that little bit over. I'm going to change the colour, just leave it there for a minute. It won't do it until you buy it, and then it changes it. And then if you buy it again, you have to do it again. Now I was looking at that and thinking, like, that's $5,000, and then the one in the market is, so that's 16,000. We have that, but I'm also looking at, where is it? The Iveco. The great thing about it is you can change capacity. You can use it as a grain trailer as well. And it's just, what's with spoiler? Spoiler B. Decal. Oh, I don't know what the decals are. Okay, map is just a registration plate. Sun visor, just puts the visor on. Actually cool. Colours. Let's go over to my mad colours. Yeah, you can't change the chassis, so that wouldn't work. That looks just out of place. I'm trying to be careful here that I don't buy it. No, I think I just leave it the red or the blue. It's done in the blue there. Main colour. A Fiat marine blue, flame red. Flame red. Marine blue. The blue and red looks nice. Maybe it's just me. You mightn't agree with me. It's just to make life a bit easier for transport and stuff, instead of using the trailer all the time. Let's... 51,000. Well, not even 51,000. Let's go around the back for a minute. It's just, you can use it for a grain trailer as well. Whereas the other one, you're attaching the things onto it, and then you're taking them off, and then you're putting them on. I won't go any higher. Now, when you do this, it cannot be changed afterwards. I think that's the one that's given us the... We're not getting the green. Why are we not getting the green? Is the base one too low? No. Sorry, you're not getting the blue. You normally get the blue on it. Just go ever so slightly higher. I'll go for it. Okay. Just for transport wise, makes life a lot easier for transportation. I like the blue. I can always change the colour anyway. Now, you cannot change the auto load size on it now once you've bought it. If I wanted to change it, I'd have to sell it and buy another one, and then change it before I buy it. That's the way it works when you're changing the auto load pickup points. Yeah, I'm happy enough with this. What is he doing on my side of the road? Because this can be used as a grain trailer as well, but it's taken me so long to drive the milk to sell it. I done it just before I brought you back in because we had too much there in the small trailer. And then even selling the products for the greenhouse, it's the same thing again. We're spending a lot of time selling the products and driving around the map with a tractor that we can do much quicker with this. Farm's expanding. I'm liking the figure we have there too, the money. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just move forward to November the 1st. Then our sugar beet can be ready and we can shut down our greenhouses. Yeah, that's why I don't want that there, because it's very tight coming in the gate, the way I drive. Anyway, there we go. Right, let's move forward. There's nothing else I need to do. As I always do before I move forward today, I save the game. Just in case something goes wrong. So, yeah, look, we will do cotton and that eventually with the cotton harvester. I just thought, when the vegetable harvester came up, I thought it was the right move for the farm going forward, specifically because we have a field now. Oh, I never spread the fertiliser on the grass. It was telling me it was okay, the grass field. Right, we're going to move this out of here because I just left it there. I was washing the trailer. I hadn't washed it in a long, long time. I just park it out here and the grass out of the way. Okay, now, let's take care of business. So we've another 4 milk. We've bales that are floating because the ones underneath them got taken in. We have a good bit of product. And we need to shut these down. Because on November the 1st, we're going to shut them down. And what we're going to do is we're going to change everything to selling and get rid of what's left in here at the top of the hour. Because we're going to take these greenhouses down. So these are going not until the product is sold at the top of the hour, 10 o'clock. So, off, selling, off, selling. Did I set the other one to sell the water? I don't want to sell the water. No, I didn't. So, what'll happen is they'll empty out at the top of the hour. That'll be it. I didn't sell the product from last month. It's still in there. Because I wanted to just shift it in and then load up whatever needs to go where. It's kind of handier than loading it all up together. If I have stuff that goes up the top of the map, then I'll bring it, just go up the top of the map. See what I mean about it's really tight because I want to leave the water bales are there because then I have not missed out yet on actually watering the animals. Whereas usually if I haven't got a water bales or a tractor there, I do forget. And then of course they don't produce. So this trailer is going to become obsolete as well. I'm sure we can find another use for it. It's just, it's no good for delivering stuff anyway because it tips. Now, they're liftable pallets, so we should be able to lift it over. Just get it in there. There you go. So we've others. We have 65 pallets in there of others, which is greenhouse. So that'd be, we didn't sell anything last month and just what it made overnight moving forward into this month. So we have a truck to deliver our product. There's no urgency on that just yet. It's drifting because I turned it off and kept going. Is there anything else in the second-hand market? Let's have a look. No, nothing we really need. I'm conscious the tractors are clocking up a lot of hours. We need something that's 200 horsepower anyway. Massey Ferguson, 29 hours now. Anyway, let's get on with the business in hand. Let's get this into operation. Get out into the field. This was always a goal. I did say that before. It was always a goal to get one of these. Yeah. Oh, we're on the wrong one. Get down, you. Need to unfold the harvester. I presume that field is ready. ready to harvest. There you go, sugar beets going in. You can see why, like I mean this, even the capacity of it, it just makes it so much easier to do root crops. And I did say when I done the carrots that time, I'm gonna come out cab. When I done the carrots that time, I did say that my goal was to buy one of these. Now we're off. Yeah, my goal was to get one of these, and then we do have root crops coming up in some of the fields, alright. I think we won't field the carrots next year, but it will encourage me now, if there's money there, to actually buy other fields and do, say, pick a section, even up here, and make this your root crop fields, something like that. Just the way the fields are, or even this section here, make this your root crop field. So that's kind of the overall plan, is to do that apart from the fields we have. How long more will I be on this map? Probably at least until episode 40, maybe even beyond. Of course, then again, that depends on whether or not the spin goes the right way for the repayment of the loan. So I'm kind of, we're on 32 now, so we're probably going to hit 45 anyway, maybe even more. I want to, as I said, there's a few things I want to do and develop on the map. So it won't all be about just doing root crops and doing ordinary crops. I probably do a little bit of, as I said, buy one of the islands or one of the forestry plots across the river and build a bridge out and do sawmill stuff on that and stuff like that. So that's kind of the plan. But anyway, for this episode, we're done. Episode number 32. I just wanted to get into November, get harvesting our sugar beet, which is going to go into the pig feed. And yeah, it was a surprise when I moved forward seeing the truck there. And I just kind of went, yeah, ideal, it's what we need. So I got to work away at this, get it done, get this field, of course, just mulched up and ready to go. It'll need to be ploughed. And just get it ready to go. I'm probably going to move through November and December pretty quick. And I'd say the next episode is going to feature the loan threat, because we're not going to have a lot of work to do. Apart from if there's 3 contracts in each month, we won't have an awful lot to do. We'll get through that pretty quick, and I might just jump through that off camera. Depends. If anything comes up that's worthwhile, I definitely will start recording it and start the episode earlier than December. We'll definitely be back in the end of December to see where we are with sales and that, because there'll be a lot of stuff to be sold off in December, I reckon, going by last year. So I won't do the sales off camera. I'll bring you back in for that and go through that with you when we're actually doing it. That's why, like, I mean, I'm saying, no, we're going to jump through, but we're in November now, so, like, yeah, we will have an episode featuring in December anyway, and then into the threat number 2 role for the loan in January. So once again, thanks a million for joining me on Wallace Abereska on the Triple Threat Challenge. And yeah, it's been a productive episode yet again. We're getting so many fields now. Every episode we have loads of work to do. So until next time, all that's left for me to do for now is to say goodbye until then. Bye bye.